Good morning, everyone. In our last session, we discussed about what is a web application and how the client-server communication happens. Here, going forward in this training, okay, we are going to focus more about web application vulnerabilities. Guys, just imagine. Just one second. Where is this pen? Yeah. So just imagine. Okay, we are in a server. So we did an penetration testing for a server. Okay, we did penetration testing and vulnerability assessment for a server. We saw applications with respect to the whole server. Uh, we are not worried about service. We have seen FTP, and with the FTP, we just try to log in. We just try to take access of this whole server itself. FTP, we have HTTPS, HTTP. Okay, we have DNS, a lot of servers. So, okay, lot of services. So the scope of server being getting hacked, when the services are more open, or if you are in an intranet, okay, if you are in intranet, that means you are in a private network. If you are in a private network, so the probability of the server getting attacked is more. Okay, but when we are talking specifically about when we are talking specifically about web application server, okay, web application server, so most probably the port number 80 or 443 will be open. Okay, 80 443 will be open. So 80 nowadays no one is using because it is plain text protocol. Okay, it is plain text protocol. Only 443 is being used. Why? Because it is encrypted protocol, because it is secure. And why? Because it is encrypted. Okay, it is encrypted. And going forward, so in the, we have excuse me, yeah, web methodology, yeah, web application penetration testing methodology, like what we are going to do. So this will be same for all the hacking guys. So first of all, we have to plan. Okay, first we have to plan, and then we have to gather the information. So these two stages fall under reconnaissance. Okay, these two stages fall under reconnaissance. Vulnerability assessment fall under scanning, and manual testing and exploitation fall under exploitation phase. And pre post exploitation is like remediation and rescanning again, that stuff. Okay, so these are the simple words uh, we used already for network penetration testing or network vulnerability assessment. Okay, so here we specifically are focused only on, okay, here we specifically focused only on HTTP service, HTTPS service, and HTTPS service and HTTP service. Okay, we are focused on web. But why we have to scan everything means, so okay, here if in within this example, we know that VSFTPD in our weak server, VSFTPD. So we have that backdoor vulnerability. Okay, we got the full remote of that server. We got full remote of that server. So if you have full access of this server, if you have full access of the server, in that case you can do anything, right? Now if you are only worried about 443 or web application vulnerabilities, then you are only looking at narrow point of view. But when it becomes broader point of view, when your attack surface diversifies, that means if your attack surface increases a lot, then in that case we are going to have our attack very easily. We can gain the access very easily, right? And yesterday also we have seen that bug bounty platform, bug crowd. So there they have given some information. Okay, so here WAPT methodology. So we have preparation and planning, information gathering. So these two stages are pretty much similar. Okay, pretty much similar, because so there we have to plan. First, we will get the information, and then we have to plan it. And also, it. differs from different types of attacks when you're doing this. Okay, so different types of attacks when you're doing, like if you're doing penetration testing for web application internal penetration testing, let's say, so that stages will be different. If you're doing bug bounty hunting, that stages will be different. If you are an bad hacker, it's up to you. Stages doesn't matter. You just have to be success one time. Okay, you just have to be successful one time if you are a bad guy. Yeah, and preparation and planning, yeah, information gathering. So yesterday we gathered some information like what is in scope and what is out of scope, and followed by we also did DNS enumeration, and followed by you can do some active information gathering by really going into that site. Sometimes you might have seen something like, I will just show it to you guys. Else I have to start this. Yeah. Okay, I will show you some errors. Like, that information is also very important. So you have to pay very close attention to whatever the information we are getting. So sometimes they will really reveal the server information as well. I mean, on which server it is running, on what is the server IP, what is the server version that is running, OS version that is running. So similarly, they will release a lot of information. They will reveal a lot of information to the public, so which is not intended to. So we are looking for that type of information as well, because guys, in with that information only, I mean, whatever the information I'm gathering at the starting stages, right? So with that information only, I'm leveraging that to my attack to be successful. That means I'm gathering that information and making my attack success probability more. Okay, I'm making my attack success probability more. So, and once we have information gathering, and I will go for scanning. Okay, vulnerability assessment and scanning. First of all, I will do scanning or vulnerability. They will go hand in hand sometimes. Okay, so in our last couple of classes we discussed about nesses as well. So how to scan nesses, like what is a nesses scan and all, right? There we just gave server name, and we saw what all vulnerabilities we have in that server, and then we can really go into that. We can do really manual testing. I mean, that is penetration testing. So this is a interview question: vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. So that means this is, you are not actually going and hacking that. I mean, if you're not going and hacking, you're testing that. So you're just gathering the information here as well. Okay, you're not even into entering into the bank. So it is just like you planned, you are actively near the bank. If you're doing a bank robbery, you are actively near the bank, you are inside the bank, but you are not doing the robbery. So here in manual testing, you are exactly going and doing the robbery. So you can correlate that example. Okay, exploitation is also like manual testing and exploitation will fall under the same. So they just have these are definitions, guys. I am a guy who don't go with the definitions. I just follow my own methodology. Okay, so I just divided into information gathering, scanning, exploitation, reporting. So this is my methodology. Okay, so you can build your own. So you can my I would say info gathering. Next stage will be mm, scanning. Next stage exploitation. Next stage reporting. So this is the normal methodology that I follow. But so every time, even in scanning, I am gonna gather more information. I'll do information gathering stage here as well. So I'll do information gathering stage here as well. So this cycle I will mix information gathering at every point. So this is my methodology. Okay. So you can follow any other methodologies as well, because guys, if you will come to know, if you gather more information, you are going to uh, get your attack very easily. Okay, so this is about that. And we have some standards, guys. Okay, we have some standards. uh WAPT standards. Yeah, So here in these standards, yeah, let me erase this. Yeah. So when I say standards, there are multiple hundreds and thousands of vulnerabilities out there in the market, and these guys, the OWASP means Open Web Application Security Project. So these guys, what they did is, okay. So these guys, the OWASP Open Web Application Security Project, okay, OWASP. So these guys, what they do is, so they will do all the web application testing, and they will collect information from the experts, and they will collect information from the companies, and that means, what all they are facing, what all vulnerabilities they are facing, what all problems they are facing, most frequent vulnerabilities, etc., like that. So they will collect information from the whole world. Okay, they will collect information from the whole world, and then they will give, and then they will put it in their website. I will show you that website. So web application, no web application penetration testing engineer, don't know this. I mean, there will not be a guy penetration testing engineer without knowing this about OWASP top 10. So what they will do is, so they will have all the vulnerabilities at one place. Let's say there are 500 vulnerabilities, and they will divide into categories, just like SQL injection, sensitive information gathering, etc., and then they will put it into top 10 vulnerabilities there. And if you resolve this top 10 vulnerabilities, right? If you resolve this top 10 vulnerabilities, if you resolve these top 10 vulnerabilities, it's more than enough. So your company will be in safe hands, at least. Okay. So it will not resolve 100%, but at least, you will be resolved at 95, 90, 95 to closely 99% of your organization will be safe if you follow and remediate all these top 10 vulnerabilities. Okay. These top 10 vulnerabilities. I will just show you in browser. Yeah. OWASP top 10 or OASP. We call it as OWASP. OWASP. Okay. So just click on that. Just scroll down a little bit. See here on 2017, they have released one set of vulnerabilities that they are top 10. I mean, here they are telling injection, broken authentication. These are types. Don't worry about the names. I'm gonna explain each and every vulnerability here, because on you will get interview. Your interview will run 80 to 90% on OS top 10. Okay, OS top 10. So even our course, this part will be almost about the OS top 10. Okay. Injection. So injection is one vulnerability. Broken authentication is one type of vulnerability. Sensitive data exposure. So this is the easiest one, but you have to pay more attention for gathering this type of vulnerabilities. So what could be the sensitive information here? Okay, your name, your Aadhaar number, what else? Your mobile number, your health information data, your credit card number, so etc., your family details, anything that is related to a person. So we call it as PII, personal identifiable data. Okay, PII data, and as well as. mm, we have health information. So there is one more regulation called HIPAA, HIPAA. So they also have the standards. They call it as PCI DSS, which is called payment card information data security standards. So etc., we have. Let me go back here. Yeah, here you can see the PCI DSS. That means uh, it gives a standard how your credit card information, or whatever the bank related information, right? So how they have to store the data, how they have to secure the data. Okay, even when they are storing, even when data is at rest, they have to store it by encrypted form only, and they have to back up the keys. Okay, so they have to back up the key. So if someone is able to steal, okay, let them steal. They should not be able to see the data. Okay, they should not be able to view the data. So that is confidentiality. Okay, and integrity. They should not be able to change the data. And availability. The data should be available all the time. Okay, so that is CAA triad. CAA triad, we can correlate that with any topic, guys. And ISO IEC 27001, we call it as ISO 27001. You know, it's an international standard, and not specifically on web applications, but it is to overall security, I could say. And here we have SANS top 25. So just like the OS top 10, so SANS Institute also gives top 25 vulnerabilities every year. So that is, they are more or less, this top 10 only, they will divide it into 25, and then into small categories, and then they will give. And then there is WASC, Web Application Security Standard. One second. Okay, OWSP top 25. So mostly we'll be following OS top 10. Okay, this is our duty to find if you are doing web application penetration testing. We are focused on OS top 10. So here, this is all about the standards. If I go in depth, right, so there is a lot in GDPR, HIPAA, ISO 27001. So they just you know that GDPR is an European regulation. Okay, just like if you are using some data, you have to follow that regulation. Okay, if you are using some data, and if European citizens are involved in that, so most probably if you are exposing that to the world, they will be involved, right? So they you have to follow GDPR regulations. That means they will say, and they will govern how you have to store your data, how you have to process your data, uh, something like that, you know. And yeah, there is one more called, I missed it here, HIPAA, HIPAA, Health Information, sorry, Health Insurance uh, Information. Okay, so whenever you go to hospital, you will have all your records, right? So you will have all your records there. That record, how they have to store the data. So let's say you have some disease or that you don't want people to know. I mean, you don't want the public to know. So in that case, no one should leak the data, right? Even the hospitals have no authority to leak the data. Only doctor can see the data, but he also should not leak the data. He have to be ethically and empathetically maintain your data, and give the treatment to you guys. Okay, so here, going forward, okay, I will add one more page here itself. So guys, how we are going to test is, okay, how we are going to test is, you are the client here. Maybe you have a laptop here with you. Okay, you have a laptop here, and you are going to reach the server. Okay, you are going to reach the server. This is web application server, let's say Amazon.com. Amazon.com. So if I want to hear whatever you guys are talking, I mean, a client to the server communication. So I have to eavesdrop somewhere, right? I have to eavesdrop somewhere. I have to see whatever. I have to be man in the middle. I have to be man in the middle. Uh, and then eavesdrop. Eavesdrop means I have to hear you. Okay. Otherwise, there is one more technique called proxy. Proxy. What is meant by proxy? What is meant by proxy? Proxy means I'm acting on behalf of you. So even nowadays we are doing interviews as proxy. I mean, instead of you, someone has to visit. Even in your college, uh, hey, tell proxy attendance for me. That means instead of you, someone else is going to tell the attendance for you. Similarly, here what happens means, your traffic is going to me. Okay, it's going to me. From me, it will go to the server. Okay, from me, it will go to the server, right? So from me, it is going to the server. Here, what happens means, if I type Amazon.com, so here I am the source. Okay, you are the source. Let's say A is the source. B will be the destination. But I'm typing Amazon.com. Here, Amazon should be the destination, right? Amazon should be the destination, but it is coming to B because I'm acting as a proxy here. Acting as a man in the middle. I'm acting as the broker here. Okay, so here the traffic first will go to here, and then it will go to here. So actually, we have a tool. What is the advantage of this proxy means, we have a tool called Bub Suite. Bub Suite. Okay, Bub Suite. with this tool, what we will be doing is we will capture all the requests going to here and you know uh, going to Amazon. This tool will act as a proxy. Okay, this tool will act as a proxy, and whatever the request coming to me, that also will go to the proxy itself. Okay, that also will go to the proxy. In that case, okay, I'm acting as a proxy. I can see what is my request and what is the response. So here there will be one more opportunity, which I can change the request. Okay, which I can change the request and see how my response is getting modified. I will show you in practical. There is one file I have shared you in the WhatsApp. So please download that, and I will share the installation video as well with you guys. Okay, so I will share the installation video as well. So once we install that from Monday, we will start practically exploring all the vulnerabilities which are placed in top 10. So we will be doing on test web applications, not on live web applications, because in live web applications also we can do, but you should have permission, first thing. And second thing, we don't know what vulnerability is there, so for teaching it will not be good. So if you really are interested, you can try it on your college websites or something like that. Okay, which they don't have any security measures, they will not. So most of the college websites are not secure, guys. So you can try on them and check for the vulnerabilities. Okay, so I'm ending here. I will share you another video as well. Okay, I will share you another video, guys. Yeah, have a nice day.